EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to First Energy Stadium in Cleveland, Ohio. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Cleveland Browns. It's 3-0 versus 2-1, a good early season battle as we're underway in Week 4. And they will elect to not bring this one out as our first drive will begin at the 25. First carry now. This is Alvin Kamara, and he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. He was brought down at a gain of 3, second down.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
On second down, Kamara. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. 11 yards there, first down.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
So after the run by Kamara, now another 1st and 10. On the counter, here's Kamara. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first. So back-to-back big runs, picking apart this defense on the opening drive.
I thought this was a passing league. I thought this was the era we were in where the ball was always in the air, right?
They didn't get the memo.
They didn't get the memo, and I know this to be true. Offensive linemen still, to this day, they want to run the football. They want to fire out and hit people across the line of scrimmage, and they're clearing space.
And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Tackle made there by Myles Garrett.
Brings up 2nd and 10.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. From the gun, it's a run for Kamara. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming. That result, really no surprise. That's what we're coming accustomed to with this #1 ranked rush defense.
And you study the game. Does this bring back a few memories? Maybe the 85 Bears trying to move the ball against them, 2000 Ravens. Heck, how about the late 60s, early 70s Purple People Eaters, the Minnesota Vikings? Hard to move the ball against those types of teams.
Now on 3rd down, that pass knocked down in the backfield and incomplete.
Pressure, and that's certainly going to be a key to this game going forward. And that time, they were able to get in there and influence the throw. And remember, quarterbacks got to get rid of it. They don't have the Tucker rule that they can fall back on anymore.
They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. And the fair catch is taken at about the 13-yard line here. Officially, that'll be marked down as just a 28-yard punt. And the Browns will take over with a 1st and 10 deep in their own territory. From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. A first carry now for Nick Chubb. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. He was solid last week, over 100 yards in their victory on the ground. They want to get that going again.
Absolutely. What they also understand is that from week to week, it's not necessarily the same. but they want it to be, right? What they saw last week on the ground, they want to see in this game as well.
And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. 7 yards there and a first down.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Here's a quick throw out left. That's caught. And he'll lose yardage here. Going down back at the 28. He was unable to shake free there, and they'll cover him for a loss of a yard.
28-yard line.
Second and 11. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Throwing left side here, and it's complete. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down.
But one of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field, and here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
On first down, they'll run with Chubb. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown, so a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later, and let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on first down.
They go with Chubb on second down. Chubb will have the first down and much more. And down right around the 37. That'll be a gain of 15 yards, and it'll give them a fresh set of downs. Offensive line right now really freeing up the rushing lanes on this drive.
And we have to give them props. They've earned them. But these big runs that we're seeing, they don't result without everyone else being involved as well. Blocking on the perimeter has to take place downfield too.
Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's first and 10 at the 37-yard line. A run for Nick Chubb. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. He'll lose a yard there, and it's second and 11.
On running plays, linemen, of course, have their assignments. That's expected. But it's not often you're expecting to see a cornerback blitzing in run support and tackling the runner for a loss.
Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's second and 11. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. And he'll take a shot here for Hooper downfield. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. The safety, Terrell Edmonds, picks it. And he'll take it all the way up near the 30-yard line. He had a little bit of the turnover bug last week. 3 interceptions. Not an absolute disaster, but another one here. Do you start to get a little worried?
You worry about your team as a whole because you have to find a way to make those interceptions, quote-unquote, go away. And that means your defense. They've got to go out there on sudden change and at least hold people to field goals. And if that keeps happening, they lose confidence in the quarterback, and then no one plays well.
Space to maneuver at the 40. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. First play of the drive going for 14 and also going for a first down. They'll run. This is Kamara. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to second and 4.
Well, I think after that run, the defense is getting back in the huddle and looking at each other and maybe starting to question their confidence a bit. They gave up a significant run, 6 yards, and now you're saying to yourself, how do we stop them, and do I have enough confidence to make a play?
And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and turn his legs for a really nice pickup.
So a first and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now at the 45-yard line. On the ground, this is Kamara. And he's going to be met at about the 43. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
A 10th carry for Kamara. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
He's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a first down. Give him 7 yards on the play as they do pick up the third down conversion.
First down, Steelers.
All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. 2 minutes on the clock in what's been a scoreless first half. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Kamara there with a first down carry, but not much running room, and he takes it forward for only a couple. It's second down.
He's had success on this drive, but not on this play.
Finally, they bowed up defensively. I think they were determined not to let him take it pretty much all the way down the field.
Yeah, it looks like they handled their run responsibilities correctly this time. What we call them run fits, everyone was in the right place.
Kamara. And he will cross the 30 down to the 29-yard line.
But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
Now they got to get to the 23 here on third. Huntley to throw. The Browns D locked in on third down. Brings up fourth.
They really had a good drive going there, but a nice recovery by the defense these past few downs. Able to knock that one away on third down and bring up what I think for the offense, an unexpected fourth down here.
And his kick is good. Not by much. It was leaking oil in the end, but he tucks it in the bottom right corner. And the Steelers will jump out to a 3-zip lead. So still no touchdowns in the first half, but we do have some action on the scoreboard with the field goal.
So maybe now the mentality changes in this game, because anytime you get to the red zone, and if you don't come away with 6 points, you feel like it's a disappointment. In a game like this one, being able to kick field goals means you're right there, and then you're just looking for that big break to take you over the top.
The Browns drive about to get started. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, only gave up 3 points off of that, so it shouldn't be a difficult hole to overcome.
It really shouldn't, as long as they're not listening to the chatter coming from the other side, because when you throw a pick, look, I know defensive backs, they have a tendency to be a little bit loud after they take one away, but they also have a tendency to gamble a little bit more, thinking they'll get a second one. Maybe they can take advantage of that with some double moves.
At the 43-yard line.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And he'll take a shot, and this will be caught at the 30. Now the Browns signal for the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. Could we get a touchdown in this first half after all? It's 1st and 10. A first carry now for Kareem Hunt. And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage.
By Devin Bush.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
1st and goal at the 9-yard line.
And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. This is a 26-yard attempt. And the 11-year veteran bangs it through. So we've reached halftime in a low-scoring affair, just a pair of field goals. 3-3 is our score. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, second half ready to roll. 2 field goals, the combined output in half number 1. Could be first touchdown wins. And no fireworks to start the half. This will be a touchback. The Cleveland offense ready to go. And both of these defenses have been stifling these last few drives offensively. Just not able to get anything going. So what needs to change?
I think a lot of the guys will go back and review, so to speak, because everyone has someone assigned to how did each play work. Okay, what did we use that kind of worked for us during this game? Try and get back to some of those plays, as well as the possibility of showing something you haven't shown already in this game and trying to change things up.
We'll see if they take the advice of Mr. Davis. 2nd and 6, just inside the 30. They run it again with Chubb. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. A first down there on a pickup of 25. Thought they were going to have him down a lot earlier, but he was able to shed that tackle.
Shows the value of the weight room, doesn't it? Shows the value of the attitude when you run the football. Don't go down easily. Break a few tackles. Gain some additional yardage.
Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 46. Chubb on the counter. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. Back-to-back nice plays. 12 yards that time and a first down.
We don't talk about it very often, but sometimes there's a dip in intensity when you start the second half, which can manifest itself in some sloppy tackling. And how about right there? He ran right through that weak tackle attempt.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. And a quick throw here, that's complete. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
It's a gain of 8. Brings up 2nd and 2 at the 25-yard line.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. They run. Chubb. And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
Not too many more ideal situations at 2nd and 2 in order to try and pick up a first down. They ran it and picked it up.
Don't get nervous.
They run again on first down. Chubb. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
That's a strong pickup right there on first down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Now Chubb. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 3rd and 3. This defense against the run, by the way, they're not top 5, but they are top 10.
So what's your philosophy here? Do you try and run the ball against a team that's pretty good against the run? What if you're a pretty good running team? If so, you might want to go ahead and run it anyway because that's your strength.
7th play of the drive now as they come up on a 3rd and 3. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And he gets it to his running back, Nick Chubb. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. Give him 3 on the play, and that'll bring up 4th down.
Down and 1.
And no move to get the offense off the field. They'll stay put on 4th and 1. They're going forward with the option right. And he will not even make it back to the line of scrimmage. The Browns unable to move the chains on 4th down. And this Steeler defense able to come up with a stop. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. We have not seen much on offense from either side. These last few drives, it has been a struggle, hasn't it?
Totally, and you're thinking to yourself right now, if you're on offense trying to get things figured out, okay, we self-scout every week in our game plan. How many things do we do at certain times? What are our tendencies? Time to go to some of those tendency breakers and try and create some offense.
They always have those in their back pocket, don't they?
You have to, and if you don't keep abreast of what you're doing, you lock into a rhythm and make it easy for the opposition.
Looking for tendency breakers right now. The big play has them all the way out near midfield for a 1st and 10. They'll run out of the gun with Kamara. And he's going to take this across the 50 into Browns territory. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Now, Brandon, that's the way you want to run the football. There should almost be quote bubbles above the offense right now. Bam, boom, biff. That's how they feel good about moving the football.
They run it again with Kamara. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Call that a loss of a yard, and things get a little more difficult here, 3rd and 5.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
Dancing to his left. The ball popped in the air and intercepted. Picked off at the 25, and they will take over at the 29-yard line. And he may want to track down that football because that's interception number 1 on his career.
You're saying that's going into the trophy case?
I'd put it there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. That's when you ask the equipment guys to make sure they hold it for you after the game. But if you play in the back 7 on defense, that's part of your job, finding ways to take the ball away from the other team.
And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up.
No gain on the play. 2nd and 10 at the 28.
And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Now a throw here to his running back. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds.
Oh, I came to my feet on that one. I thought he was getting close to breaking that one big, but in the end, give some credit to the defense, finding a way to get to him and forcing a third down.
And Pittsburgh with 6 defensive backs in the game here on third down. They'll run for it. Here's Chubb. And he's going to have a Browns first down. His good running gets him to about the 44.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old-school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run. Got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw it through 3 quarters. No reason to lighten up now. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. On first down, he'll drop to throw. And he's got his man on the out route. That one good for 10 yards. And that'll make it second and a foot or so.
But that's what you're looking for when you want to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
On the ground, it's Chubb. The 20. And he's going to take this all the way down to the Steelers' 14-yard line. He's able to rip off 32 on that one. It's a first down.
Another carry for their leader and a good one. It's crunch time. They'll need him to continue to be productive in both the run and passing game in order for them to try and snatch victory.
So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. On the carry, it's Chubb. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. That's over 40 yards of movement with those last 2 plays.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. From the gun, it's a give to Chubb, and he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. It's a 3-yard pickup, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
I hope we give enough respect to the big guys up front because they have been getting it done on this drive. The holes have been large, and they've been barreling through them, picking up first downs.
And they'll try the option on 1st and goal. And he's got his tight end. It's Hooper for the Browns touchdown. Austin Hooper, his 2nd touchdown on the season, and the Browns have taken the lead.
You get down near the goal line, this is where having a sure-handed tight end becomes a luxury, and it pays off big time, especially when the defense sells out against the run, and he finds himself open for an easy touchdown.
Zerline good with a PAT, and the lead is now 10-3. Fielded in the end zone. And we see James. He will not return it, and they'll bring it out to the 25.
25-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And now, after the touchdown a moment ago, they work from behind in a 7-point game in this 4th quarter. Plenty of time on the clock. Taken down. This will be a Brown sack. Myles Garrett able to record his 5th sack of the season. Boy, he came in off the edge so quickly there.
Look out, because that's exactly what it was being shouted by the offensive lineman to his quarterback because he had no chance to block him.
To throw on 2nd down. Huntley, he'll rifle this one deep right side. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
Normally you think the tight end's going to be able to catch the football and handle that contact, but in this case, maybe a little too much target to hit. That one was timed well, incomplete.
Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. From the gun, Huntley. Escaping the pressure right. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And, oh, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Greedy Williams picks it off. And a super return as he gets us all the way down inside the 25-yard line. So the Browns in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they look to try and finish this one off. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. He is taken down at the 21 after a short gain of 2.
Tackle made at the
Holton Hill, the one there to bring him down.
Well, sometimes as a running back, you've got to be able to improvise when the hole's not where you expect it to be. But in this case, there wasn't any improvisation that he could do that was going to work. Kind of like if you're trying to be a comedian on open mic night at the Improv and you run into a tough crowd.
This, in all probability, another run here on 2nd and 8. And again, it's Chubb. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down.
No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the 4th quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Chubb. And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8. The Steelers signal for the 2nd of their timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in this football game. On 3rd down, it's Nick Chubb. And he's across for the touchdown. And in the final minute, that should just about seal it.
And that touchdown should make you feel comfortable. But do you really feel like it's totally over yet?
Not totally, but I think you're pretty much there.
Yeah, you've still got to make sure you stay with it, do all the right things down the stretch, especially on defense. But that touchdown there, you've got to feel good about your chances.
Zerline connects on the extra point, and the lead is now 17-3.
Taken about 7 yards deep. And we see James. He will not return it, and they'll bring it out to the 25.
25-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They can't do much at this point, partner. This one is going to go down in the loss column.
You don't make up for what has happened during the game in this sequence here. Maybe you hand it off and let someone run the ball if you so choose. But otherwise, just kneel down, call it a day, and try and prepare going forward.
It won't be a sack, but it's no gain, and it brings up 2nd down.
Gain on the play brings up 2nd and 10 at the 25-yard line. Today's final score, Browns 17, Steelers 3.